All right, we have in the studios the presidential candidate of the Zenith Labour Party, Dan Nwanyanwu, who will look into this issue. Very warm welcome to Newsnight.
Thank you for having me.
So how do you reconcile the state government submissions and that of the CUPP National Secretary? Spokesperson, rather.
I think, first of all, we must have to understand the processes that brought us where we are. As of today, there is no voters register for 2023 general election. None. That is one point. We started this process 2 years ago. All political party leaders, civil society briefed, the whole thing demonstrated, even media. And I must state categorically that the process is simple. After registering eligible voters, the first step is to use the system called BIVAS, Automated Biometrics Identification System. What does it do? It removes multiple and double registration, incomplete registration, without biometrics and all that. If we go by that argument, that foreigners were brought into the system, dead people were brought into the system, what is goes to show ab initio is that there was no biometrics. So it cannot pass.
No, before we get to this, we need to start from the bottom before we get to the top. What CUPP is alleging beyond...
That's what I'm saying. What they're alleging is what I'm telling you.
Especially as it concerns the litigation. INEC is yet to deny it. So you are a member of IPAC for the fact that you are the national chairman of your party. So confirm to us, is there a case in court that says INEC should stop the usage of BIVAS, yes or no? Let's start from there.
They brought in their press conference, there was a court paper.
I'm asking you, you're a member of IPAC, and I know that national chairman of political parties,
it's not a straight jacketed thing. Somebody said there was a case, he brought it. The plaintiffs are there. It didn't come from political parties. It didn't come from IPAC. It came from people that are known. And if you go to the media today, they have denied it. Somebody's stamp, legal stamp was used to go to court. You will not arrive at this point you want to arrive first without understanding why all these arguments, all these discussions will not work in INEC. Nobody, there is no register. After IBIS has done its own work, that is when the whole system is cleansed. It will be displayed publicly, as has been the case, and then political parties will raise issues. Soft copies will be given to all the political parties. What I'm telling you is not new.
But it can be said that INEC is already applying IBIS now.
They have already applied IBIS on the registration that took place between July and January.
Absolutely.
And in this instant case, IBIS has been done in that particular area. Only 3,000 names were removed from that area in question. They said 40,000, the governor brought 40,000 names into the register. The entire registration in Imo for that period is 60,000. So you see, we don't allow hijack jobs because Nigerians have been, everybody is saying, yeah, they have rigged the election, they have done this. People like us will say no because we are part and parcel of this process.
But
and we have spent our time on it.
Dan, the onus is on INEC to come out clearly and deny.
They have already.
As it stands right now, INEC has not denied.
No, they have done so.
What INEC is
saying,
they
have done so.
What INEC is saying is that they're actually confirming that they are still clearing out the register.
Yes.
Which some would say it's not denial strong enough. Looking at the magnitude of the allegations being laid against INEC and looking at, the specific one that you've mentioned about Imo State, the fact that this document, are you worried that such a document that is supposed to be, confidential is in the hands of certain individuals?
Amaka, have you certified the document?
Well, that's why I'm asking
Before
you the question.
Before you bring it here, you must certify it.
From what I have
you
seen,
cannot ask me because I'm not the maker. I'm not the maker.
You are a member of IPAC, and I know that you're privy to certain information. That's the reason why we're having this conversation with you.
Let me tell you, it's not a
beyond certifying it. I'm asking you, are you worried about the fact that some confidential documents
I am not worried because
from
it has
INEC
not been
is in the public domain?
I am not worried because it has not been certified. Anybody can put any document. And based on our knowledge of the system, IBIS, BIVAS, it is not possible, Amaka. No strange name will get in there to get out of the system. We have demonstrated it. We have, in Anambra, for example, before Anambra election, Abyss chalked off over 60,000 people that registered before Anambra election. It is not just happening now. It has been a continuum. The process has been on. It was done in Ekiti. It was done in Oshu. So if you hear clearing, it doesn't give credence to the press conference in any manner. It is a process that is followed. And that process is a continuous process. When you register, you clear the system. You release it to the public for objections, for issues. Yes, and then before you release it. Now this system they're doing it. It is not a new thing. It is not a new thing. It is a process. So it does not in any way give credence that something strange got into the register. I'm telling you that nothing strange will get into the register. Let me give you an example. Have you asked yourself why politicians, scrupulous and fraudulent politicians, mopped up voters' cards and packed them? And of recent, they threw them out. No. Then we're using card reader. If you are not identified by biometrics on the card reader, they are given a form to vote. So they have discovered that it will not work now because of BIVAS. So they decided to throw the voters' cards out in gutters on the streets. But those voters' cards belong to Nigerians.
But BIVAS is being threatened by this litigation.
BIVAS, how? Let the judge give judgment on something that has been provided in the law. Let that judge come. Let us see the name of that judge. Before, election was not, they didn't recognize card reader because it was not in the law. This one now is in the law. And INEC has been empowered to use it. Let us see that judge that will say stop BIVAS. BIVAS is sacrosanct. You cannot tamper with it. Assuming without considering Amaka that you struggle to put something in a register. By the time you come for election, you brought people from India, Australia, America, dead people all over the world, and put them there. On the day of election, you appear before BIVAS. They put your thumbprints, your facial must appear. If it doesn't appear, error, policemen will take you away. That means you have compromised the system. BIVAS is tight, and you cannot get it. That's why you asked me whether I was worried. I can't be worried with things that I see as irrelevant. If we are not involved, what I'm telling you, other political parties will tell you the same.
Okay, Dan, let me bring up something that Dan is going to be worried about as a member of IPAC. Why has INEC not conducted by-elections into 2 senatorial seats and
where?
In Zamfara, for example?
Well, you have to take the question to INEC.
No, you're a member of IPAC, and I know as a stakeholder, you people meet.
No, we meet. The issue is not on the table.
It's gone beyond 60 days.
You're asking me, you're putting a question to me that is not within my right to
I said
explain.
Something that is going to get you worried.
No, you see, let us not condemn this institution of INEC.
This INEC,
I'm coming. This INEC, as presently constituted, has given us privileges, opportunities to know everything going on. This INEC, this man wants to write his name in gold. We cannot, by hatchet job, destroy the job all of us have done for 2 years.
What is hatchet about this? What is hatchet about not conducting by-elections at the appropriate time?
Put the question at the appropriate place. You don't give it. I'm not an INEC. I'm not an INEC. If a date is fixed, we put our candidate. So don't ask me what is not within my powers to do.
Okay.
So you ask INEC.
It's all right.
But on the issues in question, Amaka, because I know you are very strong about it, BIVAS is the cuckoo in this election.
Right.
It can never. You had the INEC chairman. There has been an attempt to attack the system, the BIVAS. Yeah. There was an attempt to change the result in Osun. All we can do and say is let INEC get more experts to block them, because they come from Russia, they come from China, they want to block the system. If you get to Osun, they attempt to change the result in the portal. You ask yourself, who is likely going to be the beneficiary?
Well,
so you will know where to go.
That you would say some of the drawbacks of technology sometimes, where you know what, these things can be manipulated if the system is hacked. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Well, Dan, as we get ready to wrap up this conversation, beyond INEC and what you have said is unreal. The fact that BIVAS might be threatened.
I would never believe it. It can't be believed.
Let's look at the fact that you are national chairman of the Zenith Labour Party and also presidential candidate. Yes. There are concerns about security as it concerns the 2023 elections. How worried are you, or how confident are you that the 2023 general elections will happen, and peacefully so.
You see, that's an issue we should take to the securities. As I'm talking to you now.
You are a stakeholder.
As I'm talking to you now.
Are you prepared to go to every local government in Nigeria?
That's what I want to answer you. I want to answer you.
Yeah.
We are careful in our movements. Very, very careful. And I see this election as not an election that we have to visit everywhere, hold rallies as before. This is something that you have to do like the Jehovah's Witnesses, door to door, quietly. There are places some candidates cannot go. I came back after 34 days being away. I knew how I maneuvered some states I went to, unannounced. So the security situation is tense. It is not safe. And until the security agencies reassures us that we can campaign as we used to do, then we have to devise other means of reaching to the electorate, getting them to buy into our programs, mission and vision, and then see how we are going to push it. I agree with you, the security situation is bad. And we should not allow it to truncate the timetable on the election.
Well, it's not that bad anymore. It's improving.
It's
really.
Improving. Yes, I agree with you. It's improving.
If you know the yeoman's job, I would say that the Nigerian armed forces and other security agencies have been doing against bandits.
But it was here you actually
against bandits and terrorists. Thanks so very much, Nwanyanwu, the presidential candidate of Zenith Labour Party and its chairman as well.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to my member.
You are within your right to do that. We have to say thank you as we wrap this up. Well, Christian, we're heading for a quick break, yes?
Yes, and when we return, we've got more stories for you. Do stay with us.